I'm just waiting for Neil to pee, because he is the loudest peer in the land. I hope you can't hear that. I hope I'm not speaking too softly. Maybe this could be like an ASMR video. I hate people whispering in my ear. That's not for me. Okay, I'm starting now, and I'm speaking a little bit softly. Oh, I always have to gear myself up for these videos. Okay. A little sip of coffee. Hi everybody, welcome back to Laaleebee. If you haven't been here before, thank you very much for joining. My name is Natalie. I am a knitter based in Belfast. I live in Belfast, with my other half and my little dog Henry. And I share what I've been knitting over the past couple of weeks here on YouTube. I sound a little bit different today because I have COVID. Yay! I'm on day 4 of COVID. You can hear it in my voice, but I promise there will be no sniffing in this video because I hate sniffers. I hate listening to people sniff. So there will be no sniffing in this video. But yeah, I'm on day 4 of COVID. That was an unexpected Christmas gift, but I'm very bored. I'm so trapped in the house, so I thought I would chat through some of my whips from the year. And before my symptoms started to show, I am a typical Virgo, and I use Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, if you don't have it in the UK. I typically organise everything on Boxing Day, so I went through all of my whips that I still have from the year on Boxing Day and organised them all. So I thought I would do a little whip roundup for the year. Now, does it annoy me that I have lots and lots and lots of whips in the year and they're not finished? Yes, it does. I like to go into the new year with a clean slate, but that is not happening this year. I have a lot of whips. So I guess my New Year's goals are more to finish all of these whips that I have rather than cast on a load of new stuff. I think if I go by the rule, I can't cast something on until I cast something off, then I should make my way through my whips. So I have a lot to share with you. I hope you had a lovely Christmas if you celebrate. We had quite a chilled one. Well, actually, Christmas is always hectic in the run up to it. My little video last week was a little bit late, and I apologise for that. And I also was a bit scatterbrained in that too. Like, I couldn't remember half of what I had done. I think it's just this time of year. My brain goes a little bit well. But we had a nice Christmas, very restful. The actual day was restful. The lead up to Christmas is always hectic. But I finished Granny's jumper on time, you'll be pleased to hear. I don't have... She wasn't too well. I think she was a wee bit tired on her birthday, so I don't know if she's actually tried it on. And because I have COVID, I haven't been round her. But there's a little photo of Gran's finished jumper. I finished that the day before her birthday and had it blocked and ready to go for her birthday on Christmas Eve, and she did love it. So hopefully it fits. If it doesn't fit, if there are little tweaks I have to make, I can do those. I've got plenty of yarn left over. I knit the Jessie May Designs Cozy Classic Light, which is a raglan sweater in fingering weight yarn. I used Cascade Heritage in their grey colourway, and I only used 3 skeins for grand size, which is good. Usually I use 4, so didn't even need to dip into that 4th skein. although she needs some adjustments. I'll make those. I'll probably go into the next skein, but that's fine. I have it there for that. So that was a big achievement. It was a full sweater I knit, full finger weight sweater. I also gifted my friend Sheila some little Christmassy socks. You probably heard me whisper shout Sheila to Chloe in the last episode. So yeah, those are a couple of finished objects, and I have one more finished object. Now the We Share Needles girls are running a knit along to support your local yarn store, and the whole idea is to support a store that has a brick and mortar premises, and they've got bills to pay. They wanted to have a knit along just to kind of support those businesses. So the idea is to grab a skein of yarn from that shop, from your local yarn shop, and knit something by the 1st, which is tomorrow. So I knit let's see if we can get the light. The Thursday hat by Jodie Brown, Mrs. Brown's Bags of Grocery Girls fame. I'll try it on. I'm not a hat person really, but this, very good, Natalie. You're really not a hat person. This is really cute. You can kind of see the little chevron detail. Usually when I knit hats, I knit them so that they fold up, but this pattern is not. This is knit out of Coop Knits Socks, yeah, DK. The colourway is, I can't even say it, Dionysus. A lovely viewer told me what that means. It's the Greek god of wine, I think. Balls. Lovely viewer did tell me what it meant, and it's in one of the comments in my video the last time I tried to butcher the colourway. But this is a little finished object. It matches my jumper, I forgot to say. This is my Woolen Honey sweater that I knit, I think 2019 for my birthday, and it's knit out of Giddy Aunt yarns in their Blackcurrant Jam colourway, which is one of my favourites. This is one of the first jumpers I knit. I knit a bit of a disastrous one that I ended up pulling out recently. And then I knit this one, and it's an Andrea Mari pattern, and her patterns are so well written. And I had knit one jumper, didn't work out, but definitely not with this texture. And I love it. The only thing is these little bits get caught in wet bags or whatever, so you have to be a bit careful when you wear it. But yeah, I love it. And my little hat matches. So I haven't decided if I'll put a pom-pom on. I knit all of these when I had darker hair, and now I have blonde hair. I don't know if it's my colour, but I just like purple has a little soft spot in my heart, especially this deep purple. So yeah, that is my entry for the Love Your Local Yarn Shop knit along. If you've been participating, make sure you get your finished objects in for tomorrow, 1st of January. It's been a nice little along to participate in. So that's all my finished objects since the last time. Now prepare yourself, because I have a lot of whips. I have 4 big whips, and then lots and lots of other ones. So let's do a quick rundown. You've probably seen most of these before, but they've been on the back burner. So let's start with ones that I've been knitting on this week. This one is in my Hohi Locatelli bag. That's a little joint thing with the Grocery Girls that I got a few years ago. This is housing my diaphanous raglan jumper. And look, it's got a sleeve. So I picked it up, I think on Boxing Day, maybe Christmas night, and finished the sleeve on one. I really don't like knitting with mohair single-stranded. It is like knitting with hair. But I've got my needle in for my next sleeve. I have one more sleeve to do, and then this baby is off. It looks like I have orangutan arms, but apparently you knit, before you do your cuff, you knit like till you're about an inch over your hand, and then that way it'll puff up and pull in. So that's one whip that has been getting a little bit of attention, but then when I got COVID, the fussing about with the mohair was just not for me. I just really dislike knitting with single mohair. It's too flittery for me. But I'm using the beautiful Beehive Yarns mohair and her merino sock in the colour tulle, like a ballerina skirt tulle. I have lots of mohair left. I don't even think I'll go into this again, to be honest. So that'll be a nice little project for something else. I love the colour of this and I can't wait to wear it. I have like a deep pink velvety skirt. It would actually look really nice with this. It's a little bit of a Christmassy skirt, but I will still wear it with this. So that's been getting some attention. It feels so soft. I just need to get over this mohair fitteriness, and then that will be nice. I'm rustling in the tree. Okay, so that is big whip number 1. Wonder how many whips I have. Will we do a running count? Where did this needle come from? Where did this needle come from? I don't know. Next big whip that I've been working on is in this little bag that I made. This is by Kandoupatterns. It's just a little Liberty print that I had. This is a row counter that I got for my birthday from, I think it was Stockton Botanical Yarns. It's a twill and print one. This is housing my What the Fade shawl. Can we remember the What the Fade shawl? Here she is. So I have a little progress keeper from the last time I showed this. So not too much has been made progress wise on this, but I just picked it up and started knitting on it when I just didn't want to think about anything and just wanted something plain to knit that wasn't a sock. So this is using lots and lots of different yarns. Wonder if I can remember them. Let's see. This one is from Bird Street Yarns. I think it's called Candy. It's a beautiful tonal. And then my next colour in my fade is this one from Pixie Yarn. And I think it might be Paper Flowers. It's either Paper Flowers or Flower Crown. This colourway, I knit my one of my spring sorrels in this colour. It's a finger weight version. This colour, which is a messy skein at the minute, is another Bird Street Yarns colour. I think this is Parma. It's beautifully tonal, actually. Gorgeous colour. And then I have a chain fibre. There's a little bit of silk in this one. It's beautiful. This one is called Lavender Fire. I believe I got that in the Stephen and Penelope shop. Gorgeous, gorgeous. This one is an old Madeline Tosh one. I can't remember the name of it. It's something like As Ever or Ever After or something like that. Can't remember. And then the last one, which is not a fade, and it doesn't fit the fade. I don't know why I chose it, but I did. is this little Eden Cottage yarn ones, and it's got a little bit of cashmere in it. It feels lovely. I've had this for a long time. This is one of the first skeins that I bought, and it is from Loop, London. I actually bought it when I was over there visiting. So I'm really impressed with myself that I remembered all my yarns. Well done, me. So that is another one that's just ticking on in the background. I'm not putting pressure on myself for this one. It'll get done when it's done. It's just nice to kind of knit along, and I like to knit on it when I'm reading, and work reading has really slowed down. So that is another big project. That's big project number 2. And then I have not touched these. This one I must pick this up because I'm dying for it. This is my Alpenglow sweater. Ooh, I have so much done in this sweater. So I'll hold it in half so you can kind of see better. Look, I'm ready to knit my sleeves. This is an Andrea Myrie pattern. It came out this year. I think this was her Rhinebeck patterns. Colour palette inspired by somebody on Instagram, as always. And I'm knitting it out of Brooklyn Tweed Loft. This colour is Camper. I believe this is Ember, Cast Iron, and Tallow. You're supposed to use a little bit of some sort of Surrey here, I think, but I'd not. I just knit it normally. So this one is ready for sleeves, and I knit grand sleeves very quickly in like 2 days, so I should really make it a point to work on this. And I'll definitely have this. My goal is to have that done before the end of January, so that I can still wear it for a little bit while it's still cold in February. This is just chilling out in a big basket I got from GK Maxx. Big project number 3. And then my last big project. I don't think you've seen this one. You've heard me talk about it, because this is the one that's been in timeout for I don't know how long. This is a Delicue bag, and I had a little velvety ribbon and I tied it up, and now it's really cute, which kind of makes me want to work on it a wee bit more. My mother's daughter, we like packaging, we like nice wrapped packaging. So this bag holds my second working sweater. I don't know if I've ever shown this on the podcast before. You will notice it's in the same colour yarn as I've knit this. I actually had overbought this yarn and look how much I had, enough to knit a whole other sweater in it. Because this is my first sweater, I didn't know how much. I think I probably bought 6 skeins maybe. So, it's my Birkin. I couldn't tell you what the colours are. They're little scrappy bits and pieces that I've had lying about. The colourwork's the most fun part of this. And again, this is just waiting for sleeves. And they're in, the needles are in, they're ready to be knit. I don't know why I think I put myself off. I kind of wish I had done green here instead of gold. Put myself off it. But look how much it's done. Like, I need to just pick up those sleeves and finish them. Natalie, all you need to do is knit sleeves on most of these. Do it! Anyway, I have so much yarn left over for this as well. Definitely got plenty for sleeves. Why did I buy so much of this colour? Well, I love this colour, but I bought a lot of this colour for one jumper, and I've ended up getting 2 out of it. And I've put it in other projects as well. I just really love the colour. So, that's in that. I will have to take time to tie that up nice and neatly again. So those are my 4 big projects. And they just need sleeves, like not like get a grip. Come on. Right, so those are my big projects that are so close to being finished. I just need to do it. I now have so many sock projects. So many. First one that I want to show is one that I want to finish today. Because I am going to instill my rule of can't cast something on until I cast something off. And I want to cast on some New Year's socks tomorrow. So, first one I'm going to show is my Coffee Talk socks. The sock pattern is by Tracy Miller of Grocery Girls fame. They're on my little sock blocker from Beehive Yarns. And this yarn is Bird Street Yarns in their Drunken Santa colourway. And I love it. I love it a lot. So I have one sock done, and then I have the other one with its heel on. So no excuse really, I just need to knit the foot and then those will be off. So maybe I'll sit and catch up on some podcasts and finish this. It is a lot of knit. I'm not a hugely fast knitter, but I could get that done, or close to being done. I've got so much yarn left over. Realistically, I only need 50 grams of skeins for socks because this is so much. But look at the beautiful colourway. This is one of my Christmassy colourways that I have been knitting. I've collected so much Christmas yarn. Some of it's still in the skeins, so I'm going to put that away as a little present to myself for next Christmas. So these are some Christmassy socks that I've knit this year in a little mini version of the Kandoupatterns project bag pattern that you saw earlier. This is another little Liberty print. Look, it's cute, the little spots inside. So that's my goal for today. I want to get these finished and off the needles so that I can cast on some fresh socks for the new year. So that is project number 5. We're only touching the surface. Okay, then I have another pair of Christmas socks in this little Christmassy bag. This is my Christmas Eve cast on. I used the Pixie yarn colour Oh Christmas Tree. Look at the sparkle. Sparkle makes me happy. This is actually a really dark rainbow. It's not really rainbow, but it has every colour in it. It's just very dark. And it knits up completely differently to how I thought it would. So this is my Christmas Eve cast on. This is the Paddington Station pattern. I want to say by This Handmade Life, but I'll double check that and put it in my show notes. I love it. You can kind of see the rainbow there on the heel. I love how the yarn changes when you do your heel flap, and then when you do your little heel turn, it's different again. So this is all I have. I haven't got into the second sock yet. These are more of a relaxing, like I've memorised the pattern, so got my heel on last night. So again, it's just knitting the foot, and then I'll cast the next one on immediately so I don't get second sock syndrome. There's no rush on these, they'll just be ready when they're ready. So that's nice. That is project 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. I think that's all the Christmas socks I have on the needles. Then I have this bag, which is another one of those sewing patterns with so many sock tubes that are waiting for heels and toes. You saw a couple of them last time, so this is one that my granny knit that will be for, I think these are supposed to be for Neil. And I'm going to put this mini with it. It's not a mini, it's actually leftovers. This one's coop knits in their sock, yeah, fingering weight. Thought it matched this a little bit. So it's a little mini with that one. And then I've got these ones which are for Gran. They need a little bit of surgery to make them into socks. But Gran knit up, and I've got a little bit of that left, and I'm going to put this soft yellow with it, because it picks out, you can't really tell on camera, but it picks out this yellow. So that'll be her heels and toes. It was another little stash dive, which I'm very happy about. So what other sock chips have I got? I've got these, which are for my stepdad. They only need heels, and his birthday is coming up in February, so I will put the heels on for him in February. I've got the mini sitting ready to go for him. These I'm going to give to my little friend over in England. Just have to put heels on for her. She watches the podcast, so hi Hannah, you're getting these for Christmas. It's very belated. They're sparkly, they're cute. I need to sew the ends in these. How long have I had these finished for? But look at the inside, I can't wear them. Yeah, the insides of these, I need to sew these ends in. Because I do want to wear them, but my god, there's a lot of ends. And they need blocked as well, so that the colour work looks nice. It's a little project that I just haven't got around to doing. So, where were we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is it any wonder I wasn't getting them all cleared by the new year? So we're on 11. Those are all the little... They just will take an hour, maybe 2 hours for some of them each to get them done. I'll sit and do them in an afternoon one day. They're all contained in that big project bag. So I'm on 11 whips. I'm still going. Next whip is my little finger scrubs that I've only one pair of. These are the Layer Cake mitts, and they are, I can't remember who they're by, I'll put that in the show notes, but they are knit out of Laaleebee's peanut butter and jelly colourway. They're just my colour, like why have I not finished these? They'll actually be really nice to wear while I'm sitting at my desk. So, I need to get these done. Like maybe my next, well, I'll set some goals at the end. So that's number 12. Number 13 has been on the needles for I don't know how long. It's just a little plain sock with some leftovers. I've already knit my Granda pair out of these, so these are leftovers that I'm just knitting into a tube. This is kind of the project I can grab if I'm going to the cinema or going somewhere and I need something portable that's plain knitting. This is the project for me. That's number 13. Number 14, is a little design that I started and didn't finish. These will go on the back burner until autumn 2023, I think. Might want to tweak them a little bit. This is in a Giddy Aunt Yarns sock set called Spellbound, and I love it. I really love it. It is gorgeous, but I do want to design the socks. I'm going to do some tweaks with it. So that requires thinking, and my brain is not in a thinking headspace at the minute. It's number 14. Number 15 is my little turret socks. Let's put these on the sock blocker. I don't think I've put them on the sock blocker before. I made these up as well, and I love the sock set. I think this might be a Pixie Yarn sock set. Oh no, this is this Biff Sugar or is this Pixie Yarn? I can't remember. That's terrible. It'll be in one of my videos. There's so much left, and I've knit one, so I just need to knit the other one, and then maybe write the pattern up. I had so many pattern ideas. It was just so busy. It was just so busy, but I love this color. It's gorgeous. I will find out what this color is. I think it's Biff Sugar, you know. Not sure. But I actually quite like the little sock. It's cute. So, what's that, number 15? It's good to get reacquainted with all the whips that I have. But I'm also wondering why I don't have any sock needles. It's because they're all on socks. So it's whip number 15. I think I'll probably pick that up sooner than the other one. What even is in this bag? Oh yeah, whip number 16 is the little pattern I was working on for Christmas. Back burner. That will be for next Christmas. I've lost count. Is that 16? Who knows anymore? And then I don't even know what I've done with the yarn. It's been absorbed back into my stash. This is a little Halloween stripy sock. Where is the yarn? I don't know. 17. And then the last one, thank God, is a little crochet pattern. I don't think I've shown this either. This is Sophie's, I think it's called Sophie's Universe. I just took a notion to crochet it. This is crocheted out of a Shepya's Whirl. And I bought this out of my other local yarn shop, which is called Folklore. And they stock a lot of different colours of this. So if you're interested in the Shepya's Whirl and you want to support a local yarn shop, order off them. They do online delivery, I think. This pattern calls for 3 of these. I only bought one because I knew myself and I knew that I would start it and then let it languish for a little while. This requires concentration too. But, you know, the form will take me again and I will start it again. It looks beautiful. And I haven't crocheted in years and the instructions are so clear. And there are videos, I think, for every single step that it looks complicated. And it is a little bit complicated, but if you can follow their instructions, you can do it. I like how it very gradually goes from a purple to a blue. That colour change is really nice. So that is my last little languishing whip. That's a lie. I also have my Granny Square in finger weight yarn. I threw out the DK one. I had DK Hexies and I threw it out because I'm not doing it. I'm very close to throwing out the Granny Square one too. I was like, oh, I could turn it into a pillow. I'm never going to turn it into a pillow. Never. And I started to join it and it was just bugging me, so I might chuck it. Is that terrible? Does anyone want a half-made, like 100 Granny Squares that are like this size? No, nobody wants it. But if you're local and you want it, I shall give it to you because I cannot. I have quite enough to begin on with. Can you believe how many whips I have? That's disgraceful. I made a holy show of myself. It's too many. I can't believe how many jumpers just need sleeves. So, a couple more things to chat to you about. One thing is very exciting. I won a prize from the Grocery Girls for their sock bash. So, if you don't know, the Grocery Girls, I'm sure you know the Grocery Girls. They're a big YouTube podcast duo, and I love them. I've watched them for years. They run an annual knit along that runs the whole year, and it's called Sock Bash. And I'm just looking up here the they've announced, so let me explain this properly. Every month you knit a pair of socks. You start on the 1st and you have to finish by the end of the month, and you enter your socks in to one of their threads on their Ravelry group. And they set a theme for each month, so you can knit whatever socks you want. But if you knit to the theme, then you get 2 entries, and you can be entered for prizes. And I have been doing that for years, and I won a prize. And I can't believe it. And I received the prize, so I will show you it. But let me find their themes for next year first. Sock Bash 2023 themes. I love a theme. So you just go into their Ravelry page, and it shows you all of their themes. And their themes for January is the Pantone colour of 2023, which is Viva Magenta. I don't think I have any yarn in that colour, but I'm going to go stash dabbing and see if I have any yarn in that theme. So, I won a prize, and they sent it out to me. And it is beautiful rustic Canadian wool from Wild in the Woods. This one's called Lobster Mushroom. I think, is it DK? Worsted weight. This one's called Lobster Mushroom, and then this skein is called Spruce Needle Tea. It's like a dark green. They're gorgeous. And then there were lots of little bits and bobs. There were some stitch markers and progress keepers, and little bath salts came with it. So I can't believe I've never won a prize before. And I won a prize from the Grocery Girls. I fangirled hard when I got that wee message from Tracy. I was like, Tracy, do you want to come stay at my house? So yeah, I'm all pissed about that, because there's so many people that participate in that, and I've been doing it for years. And I just like having a little goal and a little something to work towards, and it also helps me get my socks off my needles, because I did not really knit the sock bash last year, which is why I have so many socks on the go. So I want to clear off at least one pair of needles so that I can join in tomorrow on sock bash. So that's very exciting. I did not get any. I didn't ask for any yarn for Christmas this year because I have so much yarn. I haven't said that. I have signed up for a little yarn club. Let me find out. Beehive Yarns is doing a little yarn club, and it's called the Simple Pleasures Yarn Club. That was a little post on Instagram, and she has so many choices. You can get mini skeins, which I usually would get, but I have so many mini skeins for my advent that I can't do any more mini skeins. You can get mini skeins, you can get 50 grams, you can get sparkle or different. She has so many options. So I actually signed up to the subscription, which means that it's a little bit cheaper. And my first one is should be here at the end of January. The January club is now open. And I'm really excited for it. I chose Sparkle Base because I just love sparkle. And I didn't think I was a sparkle kind of person, and then I looked at my tree and I was like, Natalie, you are a sparkly kind of girl. So I have signed up to a yarn club. I have done one yarn club before. I did what are they called? Hedgehog fibers. Their colours are crazy and not really my palette. I have a couple of skeins upstairs from that I've tried to put in little different projects, but they're not colours that I would wear. And it was so expensive, it feels wrong to put them in socks. But they're just sitting there languishing, so I may as well put them in socks. Beehive Yarns is very much my vibe. Did you see her advent calendar reveal? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, one last thing I wanted to talk about was the book that I am reading. I am a big reader, and there's a lot of reading in my work. So I kind of fell off the fiction bandwagon for a good while, but I've got back on it. I like to do the Goodreads reading challenge. So I set myself the number of the year. So this year I read, my goal was 22 books to read, and I ended up reading 41, which is good. I do count my Audible books in that because I feel like listening to a book is the same as reading it. So yeah, I read 41 books last year and I'm very pleased with that. But I have, like my yarn stash, I have a lot of books sitting on my bookshelf that have been there for years that I need to read. And I was talking to my stepdad about this, and he's a big reader too. And he was saying, you know, I've got books from last Christmas that I still haven't read. And I was like, Paul, I have books from like in my early 20s that I still haven't read. So yeah, it's been about 10 years. And he was like, read them. And I'm like, yes. So one of those books that's been languishing on my shelf for just a couple of years is this Beefy Boy, The Executioner's Song, by Norman Mailer. I can't remember what made me order it, but I ordered it, and then it was sitting on my shelf and I looked at it. I was feeling a bit sick with the COVID, and I was so bored of TV. You know when you've just watched too much TV and you don't really have energy to do anything else. I looked at this and was like, if I don't read this now, I'm never going to read it. So I picked it up, not really expecting anything from it. But I also had a little bit of insomnia. I read so much in the first evening. It's actually true crime. It's about a guy called Gary Gilmore who comes out of prison and then struggles to adjust with being out of prison, and he gets sent back. Spoiler. The blurb literally spoiled it for me, but he gets sent back. I didn't actually realise it was true crime because it's written very like a Stephen King novel. In that, yeah, I don't really enjoy Stephen King, but in that it's easy to read, and it's an interesting story. So I've been reading this. It's very hard going. It deals with a lot of things that need trigger warnings. You know, underage sex and drugs and murder and whatever it is rough, but I'm really enjoying it. I have a very dark taste in books. I loved A Little Life. It ruined me, but I loved it. And I'm enjoying this. And I can't believe I've read so much. It's like over 1,000 pages long. But I've been reading this and knitting on my What the Fate shawl. So that's one of the books that I've been reading. My goal for next year will be 23 books. This one will count because it counts it when you finish it, not that I've started it early. So that's what I have been reading. Do I have anything else to share with you? My plans. So while I was clearing out all my whips and my knitting stuff, I was looking through all of my stash. And there is so much stash. There's so much stash. And what I want to do is trail through my stash, figure out projects for the stash that I already own, and do my Make 9 out of those. If you don't know about Make 9, it's a thing I think that originated on Instagram from someone. It's where you pick 9 projects that you want to do for the next year. It's like your goal to knit in the next year. Most people pick like lots of different sweaters and stuff. I could never knit. I've never knit more than 2 sweaters a year, I don't think. This year might be the exception because I knit Grand Sweater, I knit my sorrel, and I knit my what's that called? The one with the colour work. What's that called? Soldotna, which should be counted as a whip because I'm going to pull that out and make it longer. It's way too short. I don't wear it. Yeah. So, sorry, I just lost my train of thought there. So I'm going to trail through my stash when I'm feeling a wee bit more energetic and the COVID has kind of gone away. I will trail through my stash and make some plans. And I'll definitely knit my sock bash socks out of stash. I'm not going to buy any new yarn. The only new yarn that I know I'm buying is my yarn club, and then I'm going to buy yarn intentionally for projects. She says, those are my intentions. If I do it, very good. Me, if I don't, then, well, you know, I tried. She says before she's even started. So yeah, that might be my next video. My next video might be go through my stash and see what I can use. Because I really need, as fun as it is to buy lots and lots of new yarn, I need to knit it. I need to work through it. I can't be sitting with such a huge stash and this beautiful yarn that I've spent my hard-earned cash on it, and it just sit languishing. It's not right. It should be knit. It should be used. So I shall come up with some plans for my stash. That'll be my next video. And then hopefully the next video after that, the podcast after that, I will have some serious FOs. Because now that I've seen how many whips I have, it's atrocious. I need to start finishing some stuff. That's a good goal. I want to have quite a lot finished by February. So I'm giving myself a month to knit. And hopefully the COVID clears off because I'm very over it. Just as they announced our eligibility for boosters, Natalie has COVID. So, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a little long one. The editing elf will have to do a little bit of zhuzhing about. And hopefully I'm not too quiet. I hope you can hear me. And I hope that you're safe and that you're well and that you're resting. And let me know about your stash plans or your whips. Do you have as many whips as me? Probably not. Let me know. Are your whips out of control? Are you very controlled? Let me know. I want to be the kind of knitter that's very controlled. I have like 3 whips on the go. Not, how many did we count? 17? 17 whips. It's a disgrace. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Stay safe, and I will see you next time.